You okay? I saw him relax, almost imperceptibly, as he turned to look at me. The bowstring tight tension of a moment before was gone. Or at least mostly gone. Sorry about that. No, thank you for helping me. Nothing to thank me for. I like that he's smiling, though. What up, purple pupils? There's something I wanted to say to him, a question that had been on my mind for a while. For a moment, I thought perhaps now was the time to ask, but no, I shut my mouth. What? Perhaps I was simply afraid of what his answer would be. Perhaps after hearing my question, he would no longer allow me to stay with the Shinsengumi. No, I couldn't stay with them forever. Nothing good would come of avoiding this issue. Best I simply face it. But I was afraid to ask. I don't have all day. If you have something to say it. I had already drawn his attention and apparently his ire. There was no point in backing out now. Yeah, this is like the second or third time you've protected us, so why are you protecting me like this? Weren't you listening? That wasn't about you. It was about Sinan and the code. Sure it was. Besides, it's not like he's actually trying to kill you. At worst, I saved you a scratch. A scratch that I would heal. But still, it's not about the physical bits. It's about something else. No, I don't mean just now. I mean all the other times. When Katsuma attacked us, everyone in the Shinsengumi put their lives on the line for me. All he wanted was me. You could have just given me up, and he would have left you alone. Kazuma works for our enemies. That makes him our enemy. What sort of warrior doesn't fight his enemies? I had to admit that seemed reasonable. Besides, you're Koto's kid. If we want to find him, we need you. Didn't we talk about this when you got here? Yeah, but that was a long time ago. That was a really long time ago. Things have changed. I don't think finding my father is going to be enough to resolve this situation anymore. Look, we said we'd protect you, so we will. Samurai doesn't go back on his word. A man who breaks his promise just because something's changed isn't a man. Okay. Even I knew that he was only using my father as an excuse, but I had a feeling if I pointed that out directly, he'd get angry. He's gonna hide behind his own masculinity. Still, that would make excuses like this, and he would make excuses like this and let me stay and keep me safe. It could only mean that Hijikata and the Shinsengumi had finally accepted me. Finally? Honey, they accepted you a long time ago. They accepted you like day one. You're fine. You're fine. You're thinking about it too much. That thought was like a ray of light, pushing away the doubt I'd felt only moments before. But I needed to be careful not to get carried away. Alright, why'd you go quiet? Oh, boy, you asking questions for? Do you care or something, Hijikata? You care what I think? If they had accepted me, then I wanted to help. I wanted to do something. Then again, what could I possibly do? I couldn't fight. I didn't have any special knowledge aside from a little secondhand medicine. I was more of a burden than an asset, if I was honest with myself. We could fight. We could have been fighting this whole time. Up until the point where demons got involved. Then we were probably quite outclassed by that point. What was I gonna do? I want to help. I'm not staying anywhere. I want to help. I want to do this. Let's go. What? Is there something else? I want to help. Please, if there's anything at all I can do. I want to help. Oh, no, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. He didn't look very happy. Because, I don't know, was he really mad? I was starting to very much regret speaking up so much so that I began to wish Sinan would come back. Just to give Hijikata someone else to glare at. That would have been bad too. What was I gonna do? Give up? No, I'd come too far. If I backed down, then nothing would change. I couldn't be one of them if I just let them protect me all the time. Please, I just want to be useful. I'll do anything. The silence stretched out so long that I was going to scream. Like, seriously. I suppose you would be more discreet than one of our boys. Ah, there we go, subterfuge. Let's do this. He spoke to himself barely loud enough for me to hear. Hijikata. Brush and paper. What? Those were 3 words that didn't make sense together. Bring me a brush and some paper. You do have that in here, don't you? Hurry. Okay. Alright, Batman. Right away. I scrambled across the room, grabbed a brush and paper, handed them to Hijikata. He took them silently, still scowling, and quickly began to draw. A map? What is that? He ignored me and continued drawing, suddenly an expert cartographer. You know Saito is at Tenma guarding Miura, right? Yeah. I want you to take him something. Will you do that? Do you think I can? Yeah. One of our boys would stand out too much. You're the best option I've got right now. Can I trust you with this? Hells yeah! We're gonna go hang out with Saito. Good, we can get away from Okita for a little bit. Give him some space, you know? I was thrilled to help, of course, but I was even more ecstatic to be given a task specially suited to me. I have a reason to be here. There, I drew you a map. Keep to this and you shouldn't get lost. Right, thank you. Map was pretty straightforward, but I still barely knew my way around Kyoto. Without it, I likely would have gotten lost. Alright, I'm going. I turned to leave and only a concerted effort kept me from skipping toward the door. Yay, I get a reason to live. Yay, I get a reason to be in the Shinsengumi. I get to be a Shinsengumi guy. Yay. Hold on, genius. Hard to deliver a message if you don't have one. Oh. Right. You're making me nervous, kid. You sure you can do this? Yeah, of course. I'll do a great job. Deal with it. Here's a letter for Saito. Make sure you don't drop it or lose it somehow. I'll be careful. Okay, is there anything you want me to tell him? Like, hey, how's it going? Everything I have to say is in that letter. Alright, then I'm off. Later. This time I wasn't able to fully subdue the urge to skip. We just skipped out of the room. There she goes. There she goes again. Hey, Yamazaki, Shimada. Yes, sir. Did you call? I sent Chizuru to take Saito a letter. Keep an eye on her. Don't let her see you. If anything happens, make sure she's okay. That... I mean, okay. That means something's definitely gonna happen on the way there, but... Come on, you need to send 2 guys? Understood. Hopefully if something does happen, it'll just be some idiots trying to get to Miura or something. There's some pretty dangerous guys after her, though. If the demons show up, just get her back here immediately. I don't care if you have to carry her like a sack of rice, just make sure all 3 of you come back. Yes, sir. We are off. Alright, yeah, get going. Sure, whatever. Cool. I like those guys. I stuffed the letter into my shirt, double-checked to make sure it wouldn't fall out, and then opened up the map. This is my chance. I have to do a good job. According to this map, it looks like I've got a ways to go. I'd better hurry, or it's going to be evening by the time I get here. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna just run. That's what I'm gonna do. Even when I have the desire to arrive before evening, I likely would have run anyway. I was too excited to walk. Whee! Let's just go! Hooray! Thanks to Hijikata's map, I found my way to Tenma without incident, although evening had come by the time I arrived. I'd been told earlier that Saito had taken a room under the name Yamaguchi. After a short wait, the receptionist directed me to his room. Yamaguchi? Sorry to bother you. Oh, you. One of his eyebrows shifted up fractionally in response to my presence. Although he'd likely been expecting the letter, I was somewhat less predictable, having only been assigned the task earlier that day. I'm sorry you got someone as inexperienced as me. No, you misunderstand. I was only surprised. I expected to receive new orders soon, but I didn't think you'd be the one to deliver them. Right. Well, I asked if there was anything I could do to help, and that was it. Huh, well, I can see his thinking. It's a good plan. One of our regulars would have drawn undue attention to this location. The captains are too recognizable and too valuable. New members might not be noticed, but how can we know where their true loyalties lie? You, on the other hand, can move unnoticed, and your loyalty is beyond question. Hijikata made an excellent choice. Thank you. I am an excellent choice. There's something very pleasant about being told I was trustworthy. Ah, the letter? Oh, of course. I pulled out the letter and handed it over. He tore it open, read it over quickly, then lit it on a nearby lantern and watched patiently till it was nothing more than ash. Saito? Yamaguchi. Right, yeah. Are you sure it was okay to burn it? I've read it, I know what it says. Why should I leave it intact to be intercepted? Oh, yeah. I guess you'd know more about this than I would. Thank you for delivering this letter. Good work. Oh, well, just doing my job. No need for thanks. I hope it was a love letter. And I hope it was like, I hope you're doing okay. I hope everything's okay, Saito. I certainly hadn't done anything very impressive. Anyone could have done it, but it did feel nice to be thanked. After all, I'd just done what was asked of me. I hadn't messed anything up, and I was rather proud of myself. Now that the job was done, though, I wasn't quite sure what I should do next. Let's just go home. I'm cool with going home. Maybe there's more work to be done. It occurred to me that Hijikata had hardly been in a sunny mood when he'd given me the letter. If I dawdled before delivering it, or after delivering it, that mood was extremely unlikely to improve. Alright, I'm heading back. This took a bit longer than expected, so I need to hurry. Wait, at night? That's not really great, I guess. I don't know. I didn't think this through all the way, did I? Chizu, running! And we made it back to the Shinsengumi. There's no incident. Yay. I was really worried that someone would come and, attack us or something. Went back the same way I'd come, but by the time I'd returned to the Shinsengumi compound, the sun had set completely. Hope I wasn't too late. Hopefully Hijikata wouldn't be too mad. Done and done. You can trust me. Oh, come in. Right. The moment I stepped through the door, I could tell he was in a foul mood. The very air was heavy with it. Sorry? What, did you lose the letter? Did you even make it there? You got lost, I knew it. No, I did it. Screw you, man. Got there just fine. I gave Saito the letter. Oh, good. Then why did you apologize just now? Well, you looked really upset. I thought you were mad that I'd taken so long. As he sighed, I saw the tension in his shoulders ease just a little bit. No, I'm not mad at you. Really? What's the matter? It may surprise you to learn that I have many other things to think about besides you. Fair enough. Something bad happen? Yeah, a lot of bad things. You know, we've been having some trouble with the Shinsengumi, but things are starting to get dicey with the people up above us, too. You're practically one of us, so I might as well tell you. There are rumblings that something might happen to the Shogunate. If the Shogunate's position changes, so does Aitsu's. And eventually that trickles down to us. What's gonna happen? Fortunately, we don't know until it does. Of course, it's not like me worrying about it is gonna do anyone any good. I can make some educated guesses and prepare the Shinsengumi for some things, but perhaps it was best. He'd never been so open with me before, but I never thought about just how much Hijikata did for the Shinsengumi. Chizuru, please, he's running the whole damn show. Shinsengumi's fate was his fate, and his decisions could steer it to glory or destruction. And, once again, we are dancing on the political pin. It always comes down to that trickle down that he was explaining. It was an unimaginably heavy burden to someone like me. Is there anything else I can do to help? What, running off to Tenma wasn't enough for you? I can do this all day. I've got demon's blood in me, it's all good. I'm the chosen one, I can run forever. I don't get tired. I'm also Wolverine, so deal with it, Batman. If you know that if the Shinsengumi is in a tough spot, then please, I just want to help. I want to be useful. His scowl deepened, but he said nothing. Please, Hijikata. I bowed down until all I could see was the floor. Come on, I'm begging you. I bent down as far as I could. He had to. Damn. Heard him move and felt something touch my chin. Oh, hey, you. I opened my eyes to see his fingers under my chin. Warm and dry, he lifted my face up until I was looking straight into his eyes. He was so close that I could feel his breath. You say you want to help? Yep. You think it's wrong for you to think that? Nope. Do you want this for selfish reasons? No. I mean, it's not like I want to make a name for myself or something like that. That's a dude thing to do, really. I'm here not for glory, just for, to continue existing for my own relevance, I guess. You've all risked your lives to protect me over and over, and I just want to give you something back. Then don't bow so easily. You believe you're right. Why should you bow if you think you're right? Okay, yeah, fair enough. If you believe something, then don't ever bow or yield. Hold your head high and walk tall. You won't win if you don't keep your eyes on the prize. I like that metaphor in terms of bowing. Gotta keep your eye on the prize. I looked back at him with all the composure I could muster. I want to help. If there's anything I can do, please let me do it. Fine. He gave a quick smile and returned to where he'd been sitting when I came in. I'm gonna keep my eye on all these boys, because they're all my prize. But I can't have all of them at the same time, which sucks. Also, I wouldn't want them all at the same time, because those guys are so full of drama all the time. If you want to help so much, go mix me some tea. Alright. Alright. Father Shinsengumi, rest on this tea. Don't screw it up. Yes, sir. Leave it to me. I don't think we've actually gotten any lovely, happy heart points with him. And so that's kind of funny. Unable to hide my smile, I leapt up and bounded out of the room. Just before I was out of earshot, I heard Hijikata mumble to himself. What's going to happen to us now? All because I wanted to come back home. Shinsengumi, once solid, they now wavered. I mean, what would happen to them? What would happen to the Fury Corps? Men were forced to watch as their friends became the undead monsters known as Furies. Was it any wonder that they found themselves conflicted or that tempers began to rise? Several days later, the order was given to begin the Imperial Restoration. The Emperor would be restored to power, and his court would once again rule the nation. The position of the Shogun would be abolished, and Kyoto's military and judiciary commissioner positions would be eliminated. That's a huge political change. All that the Shinsengumi had fought for and believed in was falling to pieces. So that means that politically they're going back to their roots. They're taking a more conservative turn. Huh, what's up, Soji? Let's get into this. Chapter 4. It's gonna happen now. Think this is gonna be the turning point? Is this where we go full Soji? If that's the case, that's where we're going. Thank you guys for watching, and I will leave you with the beginning of the next chapter.